The first thing about this set of data is that if you look at the tabs, Sheet 1, Sheet 2, Sheet 3, we'll see these are not terribly informative. The first thing we want to do before we start working on a set of data is to relabel these so that they're converted to something meaningful. And we do this by double-clicking on the tab and then typing in a descriptive label. And then click Enter once we've done this. Okay, so we've saved Sheet 1 as raw data. Before we start working on a set of data, it's very good practice to actually copy the data sheet and work on that rather than the original data. And we do this by using Edit, Move or Copy Sheet. And you'll see we have a number of options. We can either save to the same worksheet or into a new workbook. And we'll save to the same workbook. We usually want to create a copy, so make sure that the Create Copy radio box is clicked, and then click OK. And you'll see now that we have a new worksheet called Raw Data 2, and we'll work on this. The first thing you should notice about this set of data is that it's very difficult to get any sense out of the data at all. You couldn't from this set of data easily find the minimum value or the maximum value or the spread of values in the data, or get some estimate of the average value in the data or the shape of the distribution of the data. One way that we can get some help with doing this is by sorting the worksheet. And in order to do this, we want to highlight the worksheet first. The way that we do this is by clicking in the box to the left of A and above 1. And you'll see that the whole worksheet is highlighted. This is very important when you have a data sheet that's got more than one column of data in it. It is possible to actually sort one column of data independently of others. But when you do this, you'll find that the values get mismatched. So always sort the whole column of the whole worksheet. And to sort it, go Data, Sort. And you'll find you get a number of options are available to you. You can sort by up to 3 different columns of data, either ascending or descending. In our data, we have a header row. So we have a column label called Data. If your data is like this, make sure that the radio button header row is clicked. And then, once we've got all our information in, click OK. And you'll see that your worksheet is sorted from smallest to largest. We have a minimum value, 8.758, and we can navigate down to the end of the spreadsheet by holding down the Control key and pressing End. And when we do this, we find that the maximum value is 88.01. So, we sorted the data from smallest to largest, and we immediately have the smallest value, the minimum in the data, the largest value, the maximum data, and by subtracting the minimum from the maximum, we can get the range. One other thing you should notice about this data set is that towards the end of the data, the values tend to be fairly well spread out. So there's quite a difference there between 81.55 and 85.11 and 85.29 and 88.01. And also, at the start of the data, again using Control Home to navigate to the first cell in the data, we see similar kinds of characteristics. A minimum of 8.758 and the next value is 15.06. It's some distance away. If we move to the center of the data, we find that the data points tend to be much closer together. So for example, the difference between 44.77 and 44.84 is really quite small.